So yes, the new characters, Triceratops and Heartburn. So if you've seen the newsletter, you've probably seen these guys a bit of action. I do like these little gifs that Dale's been putting in the newsletter. Very impressive. Then we've got Heartburn, a little gif of him as well. So yes, these combats are for scouts. So eagerly anticipated. Super pumped about this. As soon as I heard, I was like, yes, super pleased about this. For those that don't know me too well, know that I've got 5-star Bumblebee almost maxed out. Love that guy, absolutely immense. He's got his issues that I've tried to address. I spoke to Apes about. I've done a video on it. Go and check out the Broken series, guys. If they can fix that, it would be absolutely epic. It really would. But it desperately needs fixing that issue. If you're not sure what it is, go and check the video out, guys. When we first sort of started testing these as such, well, I didn't really test them. I give a couple of opinions in there, but I didn't really test and give too much feedback. I think my feedback literally was, this is all right, but we still need Bumblebee fixing. That was pretty much it. But they've expanded how many bots this can be equipped on. They all said in playtest that there should be there's a lot more than just like Bumblebee and Perceptor. I think it was in Rust Dust. So Afterbreaker and Flame War as well. Bumblebee and Scrapnel, Punch and Counter Punch, Rust Dust and Scavenger, Chromium and Fellbat, Perceptor and Bombshell, Cheetah and Black Arachna, and Blow and Runabout. So yeah, like I said, it's good to have a scout only combat. Definitely. I like that route they're going down. Yeah, but there's Heartburn. You can see there next to Bombshell. It looks actually pretty big, but yeah. Super cool. A lot like, Trench Foot and those sort of combats with the handle sticking out of his chest. But yeah, looks pretty cool. I like the artwork. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's have a look at the new combats. Tricerashot and Heartburn. Heartburn, 5-star, maxed out level 10. So heals your bot for 95% of the damage dealt. Now, I wanted to clear something up. Don't forget that combats are only affected by the bot's DPS and only affect a bot's DPS. The abilities are nothing to do with it. When this bot was created, there was a bug where the abilities were helping him heal himself, and everyone got a bit excited in playtest. And I looked at it and said straight away, well, that ain't gonna stay there for a start. So when we see this, it's 95% of the damage dealt by the bot's DPS, so it's nothing crazy. Every 7 seconds, disable the target, which is good because we know that scouts have a stun gun, and once you equip a combat to that, it removes the stun gun. That's the big complaint and the big, should I equip a combat? Maybe I should put Night Stalker or Ravage on them because it doesn't then, they can keep the stun gun, doesn't remove it. So every 7 seconds, disable target for 3 seconds. That's pretty cool. I like that. And increases the normal damage to your bots by 32%. Pretty cool. Not bad. Let's see it in action. And here we go. Bombshell to the rescue. So you can see here, you see like a healing beam coming out like we do with healers. That's a stun gun. And there's the healing, self-healing him. You see there's the healing amount. So yeah, pretty decent. Decent range on the combat as well. See his health bar going up. Those Spider-Mans are killing him though. Let's just hack that Spider-Man, get rid of it. There we go. His health's going back up again. There we go. You can see there. Self-healing. Pretty cool, eh? But this is where it fails. This is where it gets into trouble. So when they developed this, they were talking in the chat and the playtesters said, he needs more range. Now, it wasn't just the range I think they actually meant. I think it's a bit of a bad communication. I think they wanted him to shoot over walls. And that sort of came about. And it was never added, sadly, towards the end. There was still a few comments saying this guy needs to shoot over walls. and it never happened. And that for me is the big stumbling block on this guy. We've got a great stun, great stun part of the ability, not ability, but great stun part of the combat, a great healing part. It's great, but let's be honest, most combats we put flak on, and the reason we put flak on is that it keeps them back and they can shoot over walls, and that's the big thing for me. And again, we've talked about this in the past about these new sort of combats and being lately they've been pretty good. But I talked about Singe being really good, but the fact it was only on air class sort of, killed it a bit. And then Heartburn, really good on the scout class. But the fact that it can't shoot over walls kind of kills it a bit. They're getting so close now to having very, very good combats, really good ideas that just slightly fall short. SG Jetfire was the same. Very, very good. Just slightly lower than what he should have been. Not quite. Singe, very, very good. Not quite what he should have been. Heartburn, very good, but not quite what he should have been. This is the sort of pattern we're seeing now. Because once you compare the 4 stars, so once you compare the 4-star Heartburn as well. So the healing part is great, and this is the point I've always said. I've always said that new content should be better than old content. And with Flak and Top Shot, they set the bar very high. They were the very, very early combats that were very, very good. And they set that bar very high. So over the first 9 months of combats, I kind of get they didn't want to make that irrelevant. But we're like 2 years on now in terms of combats. We can start making combats better than Top Shot and better than Flak in some way. And I'm not saying give him more damage, but add a different element to it. So why could we not with this guy? Give him Flak's ability, give him that spread, but then give him the healing and the stun still. Even just make it so it's just one target. Rather than Flak, it's just one missile, but over walls. That'd have been amazing. If this guy could shoot over walls, I would be chasing this as a 5-star to put on Bumblebee. But as it is, I'm going to stick with Creator Maker or I'll stick with Flak. Because of the shooting over walls. And it's such a shame that they've almost got it. They've almost nailed it. Almost. Just fall quite short. And you've got to look at the damage again. So you look at here that it's 35% at level 10. So 35% times 5, 70, 140, 175. So it gets an extra 75% DPS. Well, this guy only gets 22%. And considering it's so restricted to only scouts, you'd think they'd make a big deal out of it. You know what? Give it 50% extra damage. Let it shoot over walls. Let's make scouts good. They don't need Flak. You can put Flak and Creator Maker on someone else. Let's make this scout core very good. I've always said that as well over the last few months, whatever. As they bring out these cores that are specific to classes, they should be more overpowered because there's less bots you can use them on. They're very specific. So the more specific they are, make them more powerful, in my opinion. But yeah, is it a decent combat? Yeah, I wouldn't be disappointed in pulling it. A bit like Singe. I've got Singe as a 4-star. I tried him in War Team. Didn't work out. Singe would be really good power leveling. Heartburn, if you've got a base that hasn't got any walls, like Singe, be really good for scouts. Really good. But just, those walls are tricky. And as wall HP increases over time, it's only going to make them worse. As we've seen with the air class, when they start walking around walls and stuff, it's going to cause a few problems. So, on the whole, not too bad. Not too shabby, but could maybe be a bit better. If you like this content, don't forget to hit the like button below, guys, before you leave. And if you want to see more content, you can hit the subscribe button below to never miss another stream or never miss another video. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.